Hey guys, it's Trish. This is going to be your weekly horoscope for June 16th through June 22nd. Now, June 16th, that's Father's Day, so happy Father's Day. And I want to, what was I going to say? Oh, it's also the full moon in Sagittarius. Now, I've already released that, so you guys can take a look at that after you finish watching the horoscope. Okay, so this week starts off with some amazing positive energy thanks to the full moon in Sagittarius. It's pretty darn close to the galactic center. That is the center of the Milky Way, you know, the little swirl. It's the beginning point where all that creative energy comes from. It's a 0 point, okay? It's the transmitter of divine consciousness. And what we're getting ready to do is we're getting ready to go big or go home, okay? This full moon is also conjunct with Jupiter, and that's bringing an extra element of excitement, joy, luck, and optimism. Jupiter is also squaring Neptune, and this could bring some emotional spending, so lock your wallet down tight, okay, and keep a careful eye on your finances. There will be mistakes and accidents plentiful this week, and a lot of detours that will threaten to divert your energy elsewhere. Hold strong, even if you feel like you owe someone something. Everything is temporary, including and especially feelings. You may not feel like being forced into or out of something this week, but it may truly be for the better, for the best, you know? Typo. Be wary of new people coming in and telling you that this way is better or something is better. Don't let them rob you of your choices or options. In fact, you may just protest something you feel is an injustice, okay? Even if that something was created out of good intentions or started or proclaimed under the guise of justice, or the person making that rules or claims felt justified at that time. This too shall pass. Okay, all the twists and turns this week is helping you align for your destiny and divine purpose. Mercury, Mars, Neptune, and the South and North Node are all dancing and working to break down and rebuild your life anew. A lifestyle more suited to your final destination. Summer solstice is here as the sun enters Cancer. Happy birthday month, Cancer. It's officially summer. No school and lots of vacation time in the sun. It's a great season for building bonds with the family. Neptune goes retrograde once again, challenging and encouraging us to come from a higher perspective and to change the way that we see things, okay? Our perceptions in our own self-created reality. You decide. It's all about what energy you focus on. You can be the victim or you can be the victor. Sunday, we have that full moon in Sagittarius at 25 degrees. And in Hawaii time, which I do all my astrology too, I adhere to Hawaii time, it's going to be at 22:31 or 10:30 p.m. in the evening. This is a shift to a higher consciousness via alignment with higher vibrations in the higher timeline. Okay, expansion, freedom, wisdom, and wide open spaces are imperative to the independent Sagittarius. This energy loves a lot of me time. This is a time for adventures, especially travel to foreign lands and anything new or foreign. Even I can even push it as far as strange with the Uranus and Taurus component, right? Strange, weird, odd. This is the most optimistic and inspirational energy with extraordinary insight, wisdom, and vision. You might be interested in learning something, or you could be writing or teaching something. In fact, you could start your own YouTube channel, your own TV show, your own vlog, your own blog, something literary where you share your information and your inspiration, something that inspires other people. Okay, you're thinking big and you're also thinking about expansion, and that's going to help you push the envelope on your talents and ideas that you may have initially come back with in December 2018 at that Sag new moon and at the more recent new moon in Gemini back on June 3rd. And with Pluto, Saturn, and the Pluto retrograde, Saturn retrograde, and the South Node conjunction and Uranus and Taurus, you have an excellent chance of hitting the pay dirt, okay? The pay dirt, the payload, the lucky strike, your golden ticket. This is also a time to manifest your dreams into reality. So I want to tell you at the full moon, please be careful of your intentions. Make sure they are pure. And you can get a lot of wishes coming true right now, but it may not come true in the way that you wanted, but it will come through in the way that you need it, right? That's how it always works. Okay, so This is a truly creative energy with artistic manifestation, imagination. The artist in you will come out, and you could find you have a talent for acting. You could, you might want to keep a watchful eye on your spending, as you could overdraw your funds or realize that you spent more than you could afford. You could be fooling someone, or you could be trying to fool yourself. Okay, there's an added danger of self-delusion here. Okay, there's a chance that you could be hacked, tricked, or scammed out of or into something. Also, too, with the Mercury transits and Mercury, Mars, and the the South and the North Node transit, it kind of acts like Mercury retrograde, when in fact it doesn't go retrograde till July 7th, shortly after that Cancer total solar eclipse. And so there could be miscommunication. So like, check your receipts, make sure you didn't get double charged, check your bank statements, watch your personal information like your checks and your credit cards, that kind of thing, because that's going to come up. There could be like, somebody could steal your debit card and run up a bill or draw all your money out. Okay. So be wary and question the motives of any new person, okay, at this time, because trust can be broken right now. And most likely the person who breaks the trust of someone else or lets somebody else down will feel justified. Okay, they could likely feel justified for doing something that breaks trust. It's possible that you could also be disappointed or feel embarrassed about something, or you could be held back or delayed for reasons beyond your control, but you could also realize that you're the reason, or rather, the way you think or your beliefs are the reason for the setback. Everybody makes mistakes, and if you learn from this, you can count this as a karmic lesson and proudly slide it under your belt, never to be seen again, okay? Change is not easy. This is not cake, okay? And it could be quite scary when you're extremely comfortable with something. It is imperative that you stay consciously aware by questioning your own judgment. There could be some travel or traveling, either sudden or planned, like you guys could like go for an escape, a weekend escape or something, okay? And this can also be overseas. Hawaii is considered overseas by the federal government, so there should be a lot of people coming to Hawaii for the summer, I'm feeling. There's also an emphasis on traveling around this full moon, so be wary of others. Keep your vehicle maintained, make sure it's got all the fluids and everything's in working order. Whether it's a plane, a train, a boat, an automobile, okay? Make sure that you secure it or lock it, because there's an added element of theft, okay? You could lose valuables, and this could be to theft or people on drugs, druggy thieves, yay. And you also want to drive carefully. Okay, even if you're walking down the sidewalk, please be aware of your surroundings, because you can be involved in an accident as a pedestrian too. Okay, so there's a lot of themes surrounding addiction that's going to surface, and with theft of all kinds. So lock and secure your home, your vehicles, and yourself. And if you walk out of your house and you suddenly have this thought, the back bedroom window is still unlocked, that's your boosted intuition letting you know, get your ass back there and secure it, or you could be very sorry later. This may be the point where clairvoyancy comes in. Can you guys tell I'm in the Sagittarius energy? I'm like excited, I can barely talk. Much different from the Mercury where my tongue doesn't cooperate. my brain and my mouth doesn't connect. It's like my mouth is moving way faster than my brain. I think I can actually keep up. Okay, anyways, there could be an accident involving water from a car, ship, helicopter, or plane that they could leak or crash into water, or there could be a drowning on vacation or an overdose in the pool or bathtub, but it could also be a minor leak that springs from the bathroom sink at a hotel that you're staying at on the beach. Okay, you may just want to go to the beach, or you may just want to go fishing. These are traditional summertime themes. There could also be some promising news about agreements or communications in the form of news, and important discussions or negotiations could take place. Please read before you sign, okay? Check those documents thoroughly, and if you're the one that has produced these documents, these papers, or this written communication, you need to check them for errors. Dot your T's and cross your I's, and think carefully before you agree, promise, or sign anything. This could be personal or in relation to children or adult children, yours or someone else's. If you have a hard time going along with the flow and accepting what is and fighting against the tide, you will most likely suffer a sacrifice in addition to your own personal individual karma, okay? And what I mean by refusing, it's refusing to surrender. Now, this can literally be like a car chase where a suspect or a perpetrator refuses to surrender to the police, and it might be a suicide by cop or a hostage situation, or it might end up in a big car pileup due to this person not wanting to surrender, okay? It's understandable that there's an extra measure of confusion as to new circumstances that are lacking in clarity, okay? These new circumstances are not very clear or well defined, but there is no easy way out. You're going to have to stand up and face something because you're being subliminally pressured to step into the new and leave the old, the past behind. If you do stand and face bravely what's coming to you, what's coming at you, what's coming for you, it might just end up being a rewarding experience in which you get ahead of the karma game, okay? And you'll be seeing the signs, and they're going to encourage you to keep going in the direction of your destination. Now, we have 16 and 25 that day, so that's a 7 and a 7, okay? Loving the self, changes in a team, or changes that create balance, or changes that create intimacy. In fact, we have 3 7s. You know what I say about 777, right? It's a crapshoot. It's also an individual expression of authenticity, stemming from enlightenment, okay? And then we also have 1, 2, 3, 4. Goodness, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 18s, okay? So what do we have? 3 7s and 7 9s. Okay, 9 in the form of 18 is a feeling of empowerment. It's healing through inspiration, or being inspired to heal, or being inspired from somebody else healing. It's also unconditional love. It's taking back your power. It's endings, and it's a purge. There's a push out of something here that you've realized. Monday, the moon moves into serious, organized, disciplinarian Capricorn, joining the Saturn retrograde, Pluto retrograde, and South Node conjunction. This is an awfully cold, dark energy stellium. I call it the Capricorn espresso, okay? You're feeling your age, and you're being forced to confront your fears, like the fear of abandonment, okay? A Capricorn fear. This terrifies you as you realize that you're not getting any younger, okay? This can be a time of few words, as this energy talks less and acts more, and you might be a stickler for perfection or exude an extremely professional attitude. This is boss and workaholic energy. And it's also big corporation energy, like CEO, higher status. You have so much focus. You're ambitious and powerful, and you can obsess on your work single-mindedly. You may prefer to work by yourself or in solitude, okay? But be careful not to be overcompensating for emotional difficulties. With the Capricorn energy, it's hard to express or reveal your deepest feelings, especially if you have trust issues, okay? It's hard to admit you have trust issues, but once you fully open up and you're in a committed relationship, you're loyal, steadfast, dedicated, and responsible, okay? If you can stay grounded by working through physical labor, and still manage to do the mental work, okay, it might bring you to a place where you realize, okay, this is where I need to check myself. I need to take responsibility for this. I need to own up to this. Or it might reveal what is truly at the root of the feelings or negative emotions that you have in order to consciously change your future. We're all aware of our deficits and failures by this time, and if not, we will become aware after a possible confrontation or argument that forces us to confront ourselves. Any changes you make now will attract luck. If, however, you want to be materialistic and greedy and just, be the all-powerful, and if you ignore somebody else's needs, if you want to be pessimistic and bullhead, I guarantee that there will be a fight, and somebody's going to say, I'm not happy, okay? If you do lose your shit on someone, you'll get a chance to make up for it later. Remember, forgiveness is a win-win situation. It may be time to talk, time to make apologies, and time to make reparations, and to give clear explanations, possibly have a discussion about how did things get to that place? How did we get there? How do we go there every time? Okay, so you may need to figure out and discuss how to address the situation if it comes back up again. Numbers for that day are 17 and 26. So there's an empowering balance because of enlightenment about your expression. It's also something that you're never going to have to do again. Once you learn that lesson and you check it and you put positive behaviors in places of negative behaviors, that's a tool. It's your ability to deal, okay? And actually today we have two eights. So it is about legacy. It's about your ability to cope. Tuesday, we see a rise in your faith and self-discipline. You can do it. So preparations or launches or releases start now. You're very conscientious, you're conscious, and you're present, and you're beginning to put things in order in a practical way using your common sense, okay? You're experiencing a dose of reality, and it is easy to distinguish between fact and fiction at this time, because you're highly intellectual also, okay? And your intellectual skill could execute through a stylish flair for writing, speaking, or teaching. With these energy combinations, you could be pretty funny or humorous, okay? Wordsmithing is going to be your current skill. You are focused and creatively making plans, delegating or discussing and negotiating goals and objectives, brainstorming or think tanking ideas and concepts. You may encounter someone who is willing to invest time, ideas, energy, or money into your project, or someone who's going to be a supporter of your ideas. Okay, there could be some sharp criticism along with praise and applause for what you come up with. In fact, there can be a conflict where somebody thinks you've done a great job and someone else thinks it's substandard and they could do better. There could be an initial rejection of a working idea or project or preparation, and in fact somebody could walk away leaving you short-handed, but you're still going to be able to pull things off. If this happens, don't worry about it too much. I know it hurts to lose support, especially if you're fighting with a friend or relative that you're close to, if they're freaking out and throwing a fit and just being immature and eventually bail on you in your time of need. But someone else wiser and more mature is going to step up to the plate and help you. You've got a lot of people around you supporting you, so just ask if you need help. Okay, so long as your intentions are pure and you are coming from a place of love, you're going to succeed in making all the right choices. There can be events centering around the home and family and can be pertaining to children, adults, and minor children. Adult children, excuse me. I didn't say that right, okay? But not necessarily your children. There can be bridal showers, baby visitations, weddings, engagements, new family members, including animals, especially dogs, cats, and horses, and even bunnies. I've been seeing rabbits, spiders, horses, birds, and alpacas a lot lately, okay? So I've noticed, okay? And there's new pet projects or business enterprises, aka your baby. Okay, there can be visiting relatives, welcoming home parties, going away parties, housewarmings, graduations, friends visiting, business partners, and clients visiting. These events can be sad as well, and people could have a gathering to lend moral support for events like divorce, possible celebrations of life, and funerals possibly pertaining to a drowning, an accident, a suicide, an overdose, or somebody could be literally drowning in tears, debts, or obligations. Numbers for that day, and we have another astounding number of 18s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 18s, and we have 7 9s. Okay, so I told you what that's about. That's about healing and unconditional love, endings, empowerment of the self through enlightenment or destruction that creates a balance. And we also have 21 and 21. So, things are going to come together. This is a culmination, an authentic expression, or an expression of authenticity in which you have many, many options and many, many choices to go once you complete this. Wednesday, the moon is in Aquarius, and that's going to help us all be able to detach a little bit from these intense feelings, okay? This will aid in relieving some tension, because you might feel sick, physically sick, emotionally sick, or spiritually sick. But there is a serious danger of fighting or an action using force or forces like military, war, or groups like militia, okay? As there's a lot of nervous tension being built up, and there could literally be a war, like a riot or an outcry. When I was writing this, I got the phrase rage against the machine, okay, with the machine representing the governing forces, right? So there could be literally a war brewing today, combat. I kept getting hand-to-hand combat too. So this could be physical fights also, okay? Unexpected anger could make somebody really combative. This frenetic energy is bound to cause some explosive reactions, okay? There's people that are using illogical reasoning and acting and speaking before thinking and not really caring who they're stepping all over, okay? Someone is under some new imposed conditions, rules, laws, orders, policies, and ordinances, and they don't like it. There will be a rebellion, okay? They won't want to take it anymore. There will be civil unrest as people angrily act out against these new stricter impositions, or obsessively target something or someone being against them, wanting to war or fight with them. Aquarius is a sign of groups, social groups, and friends and friendship with an idealistic tolerance that says, I'm a humanitarian. I am for the collective. Or this could be the rule maker trying to persuade you through manipulation, trying to persuade people that these new restrictions or rules are for the good of all. It's better for you. What they're really doing is removing your choice and deciding for you, okay? This is only serving to further divide people. Now, on that day, we have a twin flames activation. We have 22, 22, 22, 22. So there is a beginning and ending and empowering balance is being created in order to build peace. So there's a lot of people trying to build peace that day, with growth, feeling their power and creating growth through that and from that, building peace. Thursday, we face a decision. You or your partner, lover, friend, family member, business associate may feel the green-eyed monster coming out. You may be getting a little jealous or irritated that you're not a priority for your lover right now. Your partner may be hanging out with somebody else, taking a trip or traveling with somebody else, or spending too much money on somebody else, and you're not there. You're not the priority, or you're being forced to spend time, money, and energy on someone else against your wishes, like you're trapped in a situation. There is a T-square, and this will last for over 2 weeks, so it looks like you're going to have to do some entertaining that entire time, all right? When it's over, you're going to need a vacation. Okay, but the best attitude to have is it's only temporary, okay? Keep telling yourself that, and pretty soon it will be over. Of course, you could outright refuse or say, I'm busy, or I have to work, give them some kind of excuse to recuse yourself and preserve a potentially energy draining situation that doesn't resonate or feel good to you. Okay, if you're forced to do something, Try to do so with a smile, or at the very least, a poker face. Okay, you might have to fake it till you make it with the pleasantries, if you catch my drift. The bright side of this, at least there is a definitive end to a specified period, so there is light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, it's not a hopeless permanent situation. And as I write this, I did take a peek on Facebook, and I saw this meme which immediately applied. This was on the Yardiners Facebook page. It says, some people could be given an entire field of roses and only see the thorns in it. Others could be given a single weed and only see the wildflower in it. Perception is a key component to gratitude, and gratitude is a key component to joy. That day we have numbers of 20, 20, and we have 18, 18, 18, 18. So we have clarity about where we need to empower ourselves. There's a new balance, a new kind of team, or a new kind of intimacy, or it's just a new way of working together than previous. Okay, healing the division and trying to unite, or trying to move towards unity and one love. Friday is the summer solstice, the longest day in the year. Today is a beautiful day for a road trip or to read or write. Take advantage of it. The sun enters Cancer, and this brings heightened intuition, energy, attention, focus, and growth, both personal and on the whole, in all matters of home and family life. Life is teeming and bustling with activity. It's officially summer. The kids are out of school. No more rush hour traffic as people make plans to, with, and for families seeking to get in touch with their roots, or putting roots down somewhere new, or coming back to where your roots are. You're happiest with your family at this time, or when you're surrounded by loved ones. If this is your sun sign, you might end up benefiting from an inheritance, especially with this full moon energy still active this week. Okay, there's sentiment and emotions everywhere, as this is a very extremely sensitive energy. Okay, it's protective, nurturing, loyal, and very devoted. You may also want to work alone at this time right now, at your own pace, by yourself. Be careful not to use that to brood, though. Okay, you don't want to breed the brooding energy. This energy can allow the festering of feelings and quiet self-pity. You don't want to do that. Okay, what happens when energy builds up? It has to come out somewhere, right? That's what we're trying to move away from. Okay, so, but the shadow side of Cancer is being moody, nagging, imagining the worst, criticizing and refusing, rejecting, or rebuking change. Okay, you may even be so down on yourself, you may feel like you don't deserve to be loved. Okay, I got news for you. Everyone deserves to be loved, but it all starts with you. You need to love and forgive yourself. Okay, so try your best to be open to receiving. The full moon energy is still present, so you're going to have to take a risk and trust love. Okay, if you don't, this can be an extremely exhausting emotional period. The good news is you're resilient and you bounce back quickly with sudden shifts in temperament. Okay, that's a Cancer trait. This can also appear as being bipolar. One minute you're sad, the next minute you're smiling. There's so many things adding to that. I mean, we've got like depressing energy and we've got optimistic energy. So you might be feeling a little crazy. Why am I crying so much? Ha 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 ha. These weird energies. Anyways, there is a heightened susceptibility to accidents in or around the home, and you also have the propensity to be a victim of theft now. So please make sure you secure your valuables and always be aware of your surroundings. Neptune goes retrograde in Pisces at 18 degrees all the way through to November 27th. Okay, this is a psycho-spiritual and psychic awakenings. Okay, you might indulge in fine arts, indulge in your fantasies, dreams. You might have visions, and you might have like prophetic dreams. Okay, this is a time for closure and karma. You're going to be breaking through the illusions and the confusion, learning how to surrender to the unknown, okay, because it's going to help you to align, okay? All you have to do is embrace your divinity and take the higher path with a higher perspective. There is a danger of escapism via addictions like drugs, sex, alcohol. gambling, pills, any kind of risky business, okay? Or self-denying behaviors like self-sabotage, punishing the self, hating the self, not loving the self, and just not having any healthy boundaries with people or with yourself. We have numbers of 21 and 21 today, so a lot of things are going to come together today. There's an authentic expression of what truly is, and you have unlimited options at this point because you also have a 0 point, something new, the Cancer energy coming in, and you have a number 18, which is about feeling empowered with something new. Okay, so it feels like things are finally coming together. Saturday, the moon moves to sensitive, emotional, dreamy, compassionate Pisces. Okay, and it joins Neptune freshly in retrograde. You may be having dreams, nightmares, or you could be daydreaming deep in fantasy or deep in visualization of your dreams. This can be a very romantic and spiritual time for you in your love relationships. Pisces love knows no bounds, okay? They will endlessly serve or give of themselves without expectation or reciprocity, and that's where the Pisces fall is. Boundaries. They can blend in anywhere, but they need to exert clearer, healthier personal boundaries. This can also be a time of indecision and vagueness, okay? There could be a lot of confusion. You could be delusional, or you could just be living in a fantasy world because the fact of the matter is reality is just way too harsh right now. You may be needing or you may be getting closure and healing for something that's been traumatizing you or paining you for the longest time. You've been carrying it, okay? And every time this issue reappears or you think of it, you come undone. You literally come undone, okay? You're not sure how to handle it. Or you may be battling some kind of addiction, possibly as a means of mental escape, or you could just want to run away. You could also fall prey in the victim mentality trap, okay? You are your own primary perpetrator. You've done this to yourself, and there's no avoiding that. You did it. You could have recently realized this, as it could have been hidden or unseen, okay? The unconscious motivations will come up to the surface one way or another. With all these 18s, that means something's going to be purging. There's plenty of opportunities to get things off your chest and out of your head and out of your heart, okay? There could be a confrontation that leads to the confrontation of the self, prompting this self-discovery, and either there's going to be a lot of emotional suffering as allotted by all this water energy and a lot of tears as we ride this roller coaster of life, okay? There could also be a lot of love and joy as we work together and support each other through difficult trials and errors, teaching and learning from each other the tools we need to survive in this day and age. If a fight occurred and you lost your shit on someone, you could probably make up for it later, but you really need to think about how you expressed yourself. Did you target someone out of convenience, or did you just zone in on them because you couldn't think of anything else? Do we need to find a better way to express what you feel? I recommend writing things out, okay? Writing a letter, writing a love letter, picking songs on the radio and playing from a list, a set of lyrics that already have written in there everything that you feel in your heart, and sing it. Sing it and sing it and sing it until they become your own natural words instead of this lyricist or songwriter's words, okay? This is for you to express what you're feeling through other people's words if you can't find your own, okay? Your intuition is superb at the end of the week with Cancer, the moon, and this Neptune and Pisces energy, but for the most part, there should be harmony on the home front, and it's possible that you might be honored or praised with a promotion, given additional duties, or added authority, or possibly some kind of bonus at work. That day, we have numbers of 2222, so that's also a twin flames or soulmate activation, and we have numbers of 5 and 5 in addition. So there's gifts and surprises and changes. In the twin flames relationship, we are builders of peace. So we're changing things. Now, physical effects. You could have issues with allergies, your mouth, your arms, your hands, your lungs, your nervous system. You could be prone to strains or accidents, especially while traveling in the air. Okay, and those accidents could involve arms and hands. You could also be prone to bronchitis and respiratory ailments. You could have issues with your thighs, sciatic nerves, your hips, your arteries, your liver. You could be oversensitive to alcohol, or you could come down with hepatitis. Okay. Also, too, you could be subject to accidents of fire and explosion, especially while you're traveling, and your feet could be prone to bunions, aches, and corns. Your ears could be affected, your glands, and your body fluids. You could be highly susceptible to alcohol and drugs, so take it easy. Also, there could be issues with your breast, your stomach, your digestive system, your body fluids in those areas, like issues with the stomach due to tension and emotional distress. Okay, this could also affect your lymph glands, your soft stomach midsection, your bones, your back, your spine, your joints, your knees, your teeth. You could be subject to stiff joints, rheumatism, and orthopedic problems. Okay, guys, this has been your horoscope for June 16th through June 22nd. I'll see you guys next week. Love you guys. Take care.